Hello, everybody. Welcome to Radical Connections TV. This is Jessie and Alina Kaufman.
My lovely bride and queen,
That's right.
lover, best friend.
Well, guys, we are here to share another message with you. It's Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and we go live every single Wednesday to share some things with you that's going to bring you more freedom in your life, in your everyday life, your connections, your relationships, your marriage, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
And today's message is balance and accountability.
Yeah.
So Jesse's going to take lead on that because it's something that we've been passionate about, and he is on fire right now.
Yes.
So take it off.
Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Oops, sorry, I bonked her head. Oh. Anyhow, yeah, we're very real. We don't put on airs and shows. We don't have any notes and unscripted. We go off the cuff. We flow back and forth as it's natural. So what you see here is what you see if you came to visit us. Anyhow, so
right.
For those of you who have known us for some time, you'll know that we always seek accountability and balance in everything that it is sensible to do so in.
Yeah.
And I know there's lots of buts that people, but this or but that people could say. So I'm not trying to make a square peg fit into a round hole. I'm speaking of things that we see as like day and night, which is right or wrong, the daytime or the nighttime. Well, neither. You need both. It's just the balance of things is often found. God is often found in the middle. It's it's not hard right, hard left necessarily. God is a God of balance. You'll see opposing forces in all of nature, even that bring balance to where there's an ebb and a flow and things. There's a time and a season for everything. There's time for grief. There's time for joy. If you read in Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes in God's word, it speaks about there's a time for everything and a season for everything. For this and that, opposites. There's always a time and season for both, but you always return back to the middle. So with that in mind, I was thinking about this whole thing about accountability. And accountability is often a trigger to those who have come out of extremely controlling situations, especially hardcore religious settings. Yes. And they want to shuck off all accountability. And it's just between me and God, and screw everyone else who wants to tell me what to do or lord it over me or hold me accountable to this or that. I'm going to blaze my own path. I'm answerable to no one except God. Well, so the path of the path of extremes is often riddled with the potholes of fear, pride, and ego. Yeah. And accountability brings freedom. If you look at it from the perspective of two brothers or two sisters yoking up together with a common goal or dream to hold each other accountable and provoke each other to greatness. Yeah. And to leveling up and to, how did I say that? To provoke each other to
accountability, and I would say encourage each other.
Yeah, encourage each other and be there for each other, walk together.
And also, when another person is not holding up to what they said they will, the other person is going to call them up to the higher stand, right?
Yeah.
And that is important too, because listen, none of us are, opposed to things. And sometimes we need well, a lot of times we need accountability for the reasons that we would keep walking straighter or achieving our goals, right? Yeah. Or doing something that we said we'll do. Another person is just there to keep you accountable
to what you said. In other words, accountability is not about somebody saying, hey, you need to be doing this or that because I said so. No, accountability is somebody else having been a witness to something that you said or made a decision on, and they're saying like, wait, brother, you said you're going to do this, but you're
Yeah.
not doing that.
Right.
And have you changed your mind? Have you changed your
Mm-hmm.
plans, or is this still a goal and a dream of yours? Do you still
Mm-hmm.
want me to stand with you in this what you want to achieve,
Mm-hmm.
or have you changed your mind,
Yeah.
or has the goal and the dream changed? And so that's about accountability in that sense.
Yeah. And we, as a married couple, keep each other accountable as well on many levels. And that is, marriage is one of the greatest things too, where you can't hide things, right? Or if you can, that means that you're not truly in it. And that is beautiful when you are in marriage and you can be those partners for each other. And Jesse constantly asks me, okay, I see that you are doing less of this. Did your vision change for that? What was your thought behind it, right? And sometimes I just didn't share something with him. Like, for instance, I used to jog daily, and lately I have been walking more than jogging. And so he asked me earlier today or yesterday, so what happened? Did your vision change or did your dream change in that? And that's awesome. It's not that he's like, asking me that question. I'm like, well, not your business. Mind your business. I'm doing my thing. Like, I know what I'm doing, right? No, that is a beautiful thing. And
Mhm.
it's awesome where a person cares enough to keep you accountable to what you said you do, or what the goals or plans or whatever you
Yeah,
have.
and the other aspect of accountability is that which I like to use the example of the marriage vows. You
Mm-hmm.
have witnesses.
Yeah.
They hear you make that vow to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and establishing that marriage covenant.
Yeah.
So witnesses to what you say
Mm-hmm.
brings a natural accountability. Okay, you said it, and the whole crowd heard you say it.
Yeah.
Without the whole crowd even paying you any attention,
Mm-hmm.
is going to hold you accountable, because you're like, okay, I need to uphold my word now, because I said this, I made this commitment, and if I don't follow through, I'm going to be seen as a liar or a fake, a fraud,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a standard of honor and
Mm-hmm.
integrity to uphold here by following through on my word.
Yeah.
So following through on your word with witnesses, that's the accountability that is solid and will never let you down.
Yeah.
And often when people are trying to hide something, or they know that they're not hitting the 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 standard that they know that they should,
Mm-hmm.
there's often a guilt and a shame that drives an aversion towards
Yeah.
accountability,
Yeah.
because then it'll bring things to the light and I'll be exposed. And that's why I said, in the beginning, the phrase that I coined about the balance and accountability. I just made a post on Facebook today. The path of extremes is often riddled with the potholes of fear, pride, and ego.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
embrace freedom with accountability. Allow people to witness what you declare and make decisions on,
Yeah.
and then keep your word.
Yeah.
That's accountability.
I love it.
And balance in all things. It's not
Yeah.
day or night. You need both. It's
Yeah.
not grief versus joy. There's a time and a season for both.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. So
Yeah.
that pretty much concludes it. So
Yeah. So, one thing I would say too is that it's important to look at all of those things in your life, be truthful to that, right? And when you are studying certain things or you are choosing your accountability partners, you can look at those things as well. If a person that's accountability partner is not fitted for where you want to be, and they're maybe not as bold and courageous to call you to your best and greatest, then choose a person that's going to do that for you, right? Spouse is sometimes not always a great accountability partner if you don't have a good, deep connection with them. So that I would say that choose people well, have a balance, and accountability is beautiful, especially if you have nothing to hide and you want to grow.
yeah, accountability and balance is a beautiful thing. It's seen through the lens of truth and freedom instead
That's
of
right.
bondage and control.
That was good. On that note, bye guys. See you next time. Love you.
Bye.